Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 3 of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. The last episode wrapped up with our gang being thrown in this pirate brig alongside a lonely little Jedi who I presume, quite obviously, to be the pirate that had their crew mutiny against them in the opening of our introductory episode. Converging those storylines together here as they are trying to make their way back home to what everybody believes to be this mythical make-believe place, this treasure island, treasure planet of sorts. Obviously, there's something sketchy going on back on their home world as, you know, flights to and from this place are heavily locked down. They've got this like cloaking field around it. There's something fishy's going on, you know, and they're walking around with Old Republic credits, which everybody's like, the hell? Where did you get this stuff, man? So yeah, there's a lot of questions that we have, and I'm curious to see what answers we're going to get to any of that. I don't expect them anytime soon, but I'm very interested to see how this mystery unravels, especially now that we have a new addition to our little ragtag group. So with that all said, let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you come to channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also can suggest and vote on movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel and help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 3. Here we go.
Must be exhausted. It'll be fine.
Safety droids will find the kids.
We keep going in circles.
What worries me is that we lost the signal to KB's life monitor.
When I was a girl and my friends and I would run away, the safety droids always found us eventually.
All right, what updates do we have?
Supervisor, your children are on a starship that has illegally exited the barrier.
What?
Is the supervisor going to contact the Republic for help?
Because the starship is outside the barrier, the supervisor is unable to risk any contact.
Unable to risk contact. What? Why?
Everybody, please remain calm.
Take care of this. Believe me.
Contact outside the barrier is forbidden.
So even her mother doesn't have any clue about this, even from her position. Oh, they're gonna have to dive into this if they want to know what's going on with their kids and why their own people are unwilling to help. Something fishy. I think he's kind of starting to smell it. Rude.
Come on. I can't. They'll see me.
Nice. Little distraction.
Do that.
Practice.
If you could escape at any time, what did you need our help for?
Without a ship, what use was freeing myself from the cell?
Well, there we go. He could have gotten himself out at any point. But
There's no
interesting.
treasure on our
Fun.
planet, if that's what you're after.
But he makes a very valid point. If he got away, what would he do? He doesn't have a way off of here.
We have no idea who he is. Yes, we do. He's a Jedi.
My name is Jude, Nawood. And you are?
Neel. Whim.
Now we know each other.
We are no longer strangers.
Quick.
You could sense that someone was gonna come around the corner.
This is fun. This is really fun.
33 said to trust no one. And he's got magic powers. So that means we can trust him? Jedis are the defenders of justice and keepers of peace in the galaxy. Everybody knows that.
They were a long time ago. Sometimes, man, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive.
Which direction? There are many living beings this way, and that way is empty.
Great, let's go the empty way.
Easier to hide in a crowd than an empty corridor if one wants to.
Wait, hold!
It's a very good point.
So I guess KB's got the Force too.
The Force flows through us all.
That it does. Neel! Oh my god, Neel! Oh, oof. I was so worried he was gonna get separated from the group and left behind. That would have been so terrible.
Okay, I think you should know that our ship is... He's trying to tell you it's a wreck, but he's too embarrassed. It smells funny.
Well, Can't smell as bad as... Not that.
Wait. Oh my... I know it's probably dust and dirt and all that, but it does make it look like there's a cloud of stink around it.
Where we're going.
I have an old friend in mind. She's an expert on star maps, lost planets, that kind of thing. She'll find your home.
Hell yeah.
33.
What about what?
Our droid.
Yeah. Someone pointed out, and I didn't even notice it, that his name is Smee. SM33, like Captain Hook's right hand.
I thought the Jedi never left a man behind.
First, it's a droid. Second, that's not a Jedi thing. The Jedi say.
If you don't go, I will. And me. And me. We'll go together.
You try that. You'll be recaptured and back in the brig before you can say parsec.
But you can do it, right? You're a Jedi, right?
Of course. I'll do it. S37 what?
SM33. And don't forget about the rat that lives in his eye hole.
Wait, don't touch anything! You don't want to blast off accidentally before I get back.
Guys, really, please don't touch anything. Or maybe this is what they want to do. I mean, he is way too trusting. Like, it is this idea he's gotten from his books. He's got this, like, pristine pedestal that he's got the Jedi on right now. But, like, that was a long time ago before all of, you know, the Empire and all that kind of stuff and being hunted happened, you know? The ones that survived didn't necessarily survive by going out and being protectors of the peace still. They survived by any means necessary.
Quickly, I must save the prince. We must go this way.
The prince is in danger. What? Hey, a B1. Aw, that's hilarious. Hey, there he is.
What do you want?
SM33.
Might be. Depends who's asking.
I'll take that as a yes.
If it wasn't the way he responded, it was definitely the rat in his eye that gave it away. Uh-oh.
Captain?
Oh no.
Captain Silver, is that you?
Captain Silver? Is that what he said?
Benjar Pranik.
He's the one that got shot in the eye, isn't it?
Now, why is it he decided to let you loose right before your trial?
I let myself loose. I just might have finally found the big score I always talked of.
Oh, that's interesting. Wouldn't have nothing to do with those children what showed up, eh? Pockets full of sparkling dataries. Because I'd be remiss if I didn't report it to Captain Brutus. Let's call in the guards. Have a little chat.
It's so. Is not. Is so. Is not.
He floated stuff.
There's a million ways to make it look like
floated
something is
stuff.
floating. Name one. Repulsor lift, tractor beam, magnets, mirrors. String. String? Like
What is this string you speak of?
He just wants to steal our treasure. There is no treasure. He doesn't know that.
Oh my god.
Guys, look!
He's coming in hot.
Let's go! Hit the throttle!
Hey, he got him. He got him back as requested.
What was that supposed to do?
Try and snap it.
Wow, that is a strong line.
I have an idea.
And that idea is what?
It's Silvo! He's trapped on the line! On the cannon! On the double!
We're still strung up to this thing, man. Like, I mean, he's kind of created a wall between him and them with all these ships he's tangled up, though. Makes him hard to shoot. Never mind. Not from that angle.
Hyperdrive. Take it, win!
Wait, but
Wait.
it's dangerous to
What are you? It just tears this ship in half. I mean, that. Oh! Oh my God! It worked though.
Do you want me to go after him, Captain?
Put a bounty on his head. I watch him groveling at my feet.
Intruder on board.
That shot. He's good. He's on our side. He's taking us to his friend, who can help us find that Atten.
Can't say I remember no Atten.
Yeah,
We know.
Droid, clean this up. There's more in the pot.
Run! Okay, there's enough for everyone. Starving. You look like you're drunk in there.
Not that kind of droid. Quite nice.
Looking for something, Jedi?
You might want to clean up around here.
Who are you to give orders?
Never mind who I am. Are these kids really from Atten?
I'll tell you what I know, and mark my words, for I won't be repeating them again. They're definitely from somewhere.
As are we all. Everybody comes from somewhere. We didn't just poof into existence, you know?
You really think there is treasure back home? Maybe. The treasure has to do with the great work. What does your mom do? She works in admin. Mine are analysts. So what do they analyze?
Something boring.
About money.
Not just any money either. Old Republic, pristine Old Republic credits.
Okay. Time to get some sleep.
But I'm not even tired.
Sure about that? No, his little trunk squeals.
You do sleep, don't you?
It's unlikely you're telling the truth about being a Jedi.
You don't trust me.
I calculated the odds.
But everything in the galaxy can be calculated. Sometimes you have to trust your gut. We reach my friend's moon in a few hours. I suggest you get some rest.
Also, you don't necessarily, as we know, you don't have to be a Jedi to be able to use the Force either, though. Do you want to make sure that I don't forget to point that out either?
What are you doing?
We're playing.
It's a cargo lift.
Probably shouldn't be playing on that thing, man.
Why don't we land closer?
You need the exercise.
He's trying to hide the ship.
This friend of mine, I don't trust her. Not 100%. She might stab us in the back.
Stab us?
Not literally.
Well, maybe.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Never mind. You'll understand when you're old. Come on.
It's him, all right.
And he's got a flock of children.
A flock of children.
Poor things. You've got to help them.
I'll dispatch a patrol to make the arrest.
Good. I'll stall him as long as I can.
Now, who could that be knocking on my door?
It's me.
Crimson Jack.
Crimson Jack. How many names does this guy have?
Jack? Who's that?
I know I left things in such a mess between us, but I couldn't show my face again until I brought you something really special.
How could I refuse such a dear old trusted friend?
All they've got to do is keep him distracted long enough for whoever they called to show up.
Right this way, just don't touch anything.
The place looks great. I see you've been cleaning up.
Yes, my growing collection. Trinkets and tokens from 1,000 different worlds.
There's 1,000 worlds?
There's more than that, my girl.
Oh! Oh, yo!
Quiet, Jack.
Aw.
Children, what in the depths are you doing with him? Oh, this will never do.
I love this thing.
He said you could show us the way home.
I got maps of every star in the galaxy and hyperspace routes between them all. Where are you from?
You've heard of it, right?
Adhatton. Adhatton?
It's true.
Is that a map?
No, you see, your home has been purposely hidden from the rest of the galaxy. There is no map. This scroll depicts the jewels of the old Republic. Planets of wonders kept hidden for their protection. Long ago, they were all destroyed, except for one. Adhatton. Now only remembered in children's stories, pirate shanties, and rumors.
We need a map.
No, we don't. You're the map.
Come! We'll search my archive by astronomical feature. Even if it takes all night long, we'll find your planet.
Well, how can they really do that? I'm sure they weren't paying attention when they left, and they're shrouded in this like aura that blocks out the size of the what they can see in the sky.
You learned about Coruscant and Alderaan.
Alderaan? Missed the war, did you?
Oh, they don't know.
Part of the great
Wow.
work is that we're supposed to stay inside the barrier.
What does this barrier look like?
You see it at night. It's cloudy, like a...
Oh, well, I guess it doesn't block everything out.
Nebular gases. Perhaps that's why the planets remain hidden.
Does this narrow it down?
Oh, yes. Only 10,000 worlds.
10,000? This is never gonna work. But Fern, we've already eliminated 99.99%.
What's that symbol? Here, on your rucksack. I've never seen Palmerish numerals used in Proto-Republic artifacts. We'll cross-reference this with the jewels of the Old Republic. This may actually work.
You have it? Is that it?
Yes, well, no, actually. So many parameters to run. You know, it could take who knows how long.
She's stalling.
I'd say you were stalling.
Oh, Crimson Jack.
Observatory Moon, come in. This is Sector Patrol inbound to your position.
You wouldn't shoot me. Not in front of the children.
Jack.
Children, listen. Crimson Jack is a scoundrel. All he wants is your treasure.
Come on.
I called these X-Wings to help you. Run!
I told you, stewards are back!
Wow.
Let's go.
What just happened?
Were you not paying attention?
Are you okay?
I'll be fine. But what are you going to do? Go with Jack?
Got us this far, but I don't trust him. Not really.
Use your head. Get the truth. And if you ever need help, you can call me. Anytime.
No! We're not going anywhere until you tell us the truth.
The truth is, we have no time for this. I'll tell you the whole long story on the ship.
33!
Aye, Captain. Jedi giving you trouble.
We are not going anywhere until you tell us who you are.
Well, you're not going anywhere without coordinates. Hey!
The X-Wings! Here we are!
Stop! You want to know who I am? Yeah? You want to know? I'll tell you. On the ship.
Tell us now! The truth! The truth!
The truth! The truth is, I'm just like you. I'm lost. I'm alone.
But you are a Jedi, right?
I never actually said that.
What? I knew it. How do you make things float?
Listen, Kim's goons are not going to help you get home. But you and me, we want the same thing.
He could probably just wield the Force. He's just never been properly trained, or maybe he is just no Jedi.
Not partners.
Or maybe he just
You work
refuses
for
to
us.
acknowledge that he is one now because of how things have changed.
Deal.
We can't leave now. The launch support systems are disassembled.
Okay, what now?
Get the hyperdrive ready.
Right, how do we do that? I'll get 33.
No! Rely on a droid. I'll let you down every time.
Sounds like there's some history there.
We have to get to the other side of this moon.
We'll never make it that far!
Once we see daylight, we're gone. Neel, I need you to take the controls and evade their fire.
Neel?
Oh!
Neel?
Wait, Neel? Why Neel? I could do it.
You, with me. turn this fire here. Just keep them back. Let's go.
Damn, man. He's putting them to work. All right, guys, let's go. Light them up.
I got him.
Oh my God.
Let me know when we're ready to jump.
Okay.
Kicking up some cover.
Can't see anything. No, I can't either.
That means they can't as well.
We're clear.
And we're gone.
What are you doing? You let them get away.
It's too risky with the kids inside. Any idea where they're headed?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Damn. Fun little episode, man. Again, the mystery, it is a thickening. And based on those implications, I would have assumed that maybe her mother would have been in on it as well, considering, you know, she's part of the system, but like, I guess the safeguards, whoever is above all of this, the supervisor, doesn't necessarily let that information fly. So they don't know. All they know is that their kids are out beyond the barrier and they're asking for help, but they're not getting anything back. You know, it's like, hey, they're out there. There's nothing we can do. They've gone beyond the barrier. We can't help you. You know, and there's just like, it's starting to not, you know, things just aren't adding up. So now we're going to probably have the adults asking questions as well. And maybe we'll bounce around between the kids trying to get back home and learning about what the world thinks of this place, while the parents are trying to figure out why they can't get help. You know, why they can't call the Republic, because that was something that they proposed as well. Why didn't you call the Republic? The kids, they didn't even know that the war even happened, because they think Alderaan is still out there. And they're like, what war? You know, the fucking battle droid waking up was a great little joke too to include in there. Kind of similar to that whole vibe as well. That was kind of fun. This Jewel of the Old Republic thing. Apparently these worlds, you know, were hidden away, but all have been destroyed except for one at Aden. You know, this hidden away. For what reason? For why? Who knows? What's there? Who knows? Why'd you hide it away? Like, what's there? What can we have? You know, people probably built up all these things in their mind. But what is actually going on there? What is the goal of the great work if the Republic doesn't know it exists? Unless, like we kind of posited before, it could be some like clandestine Area 51 Republic kind of stuff that only the people that need to know and actually know anything about it. We'll just have to kind of wait and hear that one out and see how that all unravels. Again, they got their currency is Old Republic credits. And as they said, like before on the rock there, that they are in pristine condition. Damn, I just got so many questions that like, I feel like it's just irrelevant to ask at this point because of how little we know and how little our characters even know about the situation. So I think I'm just going to leave it. But we've got, you know, Captain Silvo. Was it Silvo, Silva, or Silver? I couldn't tell. I feel like somebody was saying it different every time. So he's Captain Silva whatever. He's also Crimson Jack. How many names does this guy have? And he says, at the end of the day, I'm just like you guys. I'm just lost and alone. He's been discarded. He's on his own. You know, to what extent? And, you know, he, you know, as much as he's like, you are a Jedi, right? He's like, technically, I never said that. But he can seemingly use the Force. That doesn't necessarily mean he's a Jedi. Obviously, Wim's got his stories. He's built these things up in his head. And he wants so badly to meet a Jedi and all that kind of stuff to kind of fulfill that fantasy in a way. So he wanted this so badly to be true, which, of course, he utilized to his benefit to get out of this place, to get off this rock. And I like that he did mention and confirm that he could have left at any point. It's just there was no point because he wouldn't have had a ship to leave on. He would have had to made a whole fuss and kerfuffle to make it through this crowd and steal somebody's ship to get out of there. So this was, he was just waiting patiently for the right moment. So I'm wondering if he was ever a Jedi, or if he's just somebody that can just use the Force. You know, he found he had this gift at a young age, maybe even had somebody teach him that, maybe, who knows, maybe was a survivor, maybe they were a Jedi, maybe they helped try to cultivate it. Who knows, maybe something happened to them. Or it's kind of like Ahsoka in a way, where after everything that happened after the fall, like she never really wanted to identify as such ever again. Like hell, she was, cast out from the order. So like she just for a long time never even saw herself as a Jedi. So he could be trained, but he doesn't live that life anymore. So I'm just wondering like what the semantics are around all of that. Either way, as I mentioned as well, it's not just Jedi that have a command of the Force. It is something that just some people do have, and he could have very much so, if he was aware of that gift or made aware of it, cultivated on his own over the span of his life to this point. Either way, though, I'm excited to kind of explore that. And the fact that he came in here and we kind of got to go through this little bout with the ship. One, the escape from the Pirate Bay. That was a lot of fun. To going to meet one of his contacts, obviously somebody he's scorned in the past. He doesn't trust him. He doesn't trust them. It's mutual. And they were like, hey, cops, hey guys, he's coming. I'll try to stall him as long as I can. But there was also a genuine curiosity once the kids started to tell their story. And I think she was trying to help them for a moment, but at the end of the day, she doesn't trust his ass and was trying to get him locked up and trying to get these kids away from him as well. There was a whole combination of things there kind of like fueling that whole scene. And I liked seeing that play out. The way she was searching her records, querying the children for what they didn't know about it to try to isolate it, to figure out where, what clues they can utilize to narrow down the region of the galaxy in which this planet may be. It is this great mystery, this grand mystery that everybody is very curious about. And if they truly are from there, that would be a huge thing. Once he realized what was going on, because they were making progress, KB even said, hey, we already eliminated 99 point whatever the fuck percent of the options that are out there. They were making progress, but then he was like, well, how long is it going to take? And she was like, I don't know, man. And then he put together that she was just kind of wasting time until people showed up. Well, he got wind of that and made his escape. But after everything, obviously, with the revelation there, they was like, okay, they started poking and prodding and trying to figure out, okay, well, who the fuck are you? Are you actually a Jedi, or what's going on here? And they wouldn't let him back on the ship. Now that they got their droid back too, which again, I like that they've kind of been reinforcing and standing their ground in a way to kind of keep their guards up. Likely the older kids, KB, and I don't remember the captain's name, but they obviously don't trust him. But the younger kids, Neel and Wim, especially Wim, because he's so like taken by this idea that he may have just met a Jedi, that he's so forgiving to all of these different things and trying to make these excuses just to make sure that, I don't know, he's being a kid, he's being a little naive. Thankfully though, they stood their ground. As like, hey, we're not leaving without SM-33. So he went and got him back, and now they have their little bodyguard. And it's not, he could definitely like mess with them, and like he probably feels no threat from them whatsoever. But now they got their little droid, especially after what we saw. He didn't see any of that. I would be a little nervous as well. He kind of had to come clean to get him out of there, and then he just kind of took command of the ship to get them out of there. Obviously, he's got the experience, took command of everything, and they followed suit, and they had this little daring escape, and they got away. It was a lot of fun. I really dug all of that. Just the adventure that they got, us finding like this intel, getting these maps, and doing all these other things, and our escapes. There was a lot of fun elements of this episode, man. And again, so far, I've been really enjoying these first 3 episodes, the vibe, the tone, the feel of all of it, and the kids themselves and the way that they are now exploring the world, because they know so little about the world out there as well. They were even shocked to learn how many systems there actually are, and that's just a fraction of them, Like, they only know, like, the big ones, the big names and stuff like that, and that's not even current. That information is still incomplete, or at least no longer valid. They're like fish out of water in a whole other level, that they're seeing the rest of the galaxy for the first time. And for us as viewers, we almost kind of get to that sense of wonder ourselves as we kind of go through and learn this information and see them kind of wrestle with that as well. I don't know, it's a lot of fun. It's something we don't necessarily see in Star Wars a whole lot. And I think that gives us a fun little perspective, especially considering they're coming from this isolated, mystical little world that no one believes exists. So there's a whole shift in perspective that's a lot of fun with the way that this show is kind of, telling its story. And I'm really excited to see what we learn about AT-ATN. Like, what is there? Why is this such a secret? Why does nobody know about it? What is going on, who's pulling the strings, and what is actually there. You know, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. And this whole added mix to Jude Law and whatever his name is at this point, added into the mix, into the crew, shakes things up in a fun way, especially with him and SM33 kind of getting in each other's faces about it, especially with that one little moment in the corridor when the kids weren't around. Smee had to come back. I feel like I need to call him Smee now, man. Just came back around. He's just like, I'm watching you. He just fucking disappeared and skulked back into the shadows again. There's some fun little moments in this for sure, man. I'm excited to see where it goes, though. That's about all I got for this one, guys. I'm going to pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Benny Sherritt, York Horskov, Robert Onguiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, and Watchtower. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. But until then, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.